All right, going to go ahead and give a quick demo here on how to use Streamlabs OBS for those of you that are interested in trying to stream some of your school matches. There's a bit of a learning curve here, but I'm going to show you just the quick bare bones to be able to get some of this started. So right here on your dashboard, this is your editor view. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and add a new source or new scene here. And I'm just going to go ahead and call this one the demo scene. So once I go ahead and click OK, over here on the left, if you have a bunch of scenes like I do, whichever the one is on the top is going to be the one that's viewable live. So for this instance here, I'm just going to go ahead and drag that one all the way up here to the top so that whatever shows up here will be available. Next here are your sources. And there are quite a few things that you can go ahead and add to here. So if you want to capture your game, just go ahead and click the plus sign here. And then we're going to go ahead and click game capture and add our source. And so as you can see, I have some default ones available here. If you don't have it currently on your list, you just go ahead and click the new source instead. And so maybe I want to say Overwatch. And I will click add source. It'll then pull up this game capture settings on here. Depending on how you want to stream, I run mine in Windows so that way I can tab in and out and go into Discord and chat, or I can watch my chat and monitor it on the side. So sometimes I will only from this drop down say capture a specific window. And then from there, you can then go ahead and choose the executable file. That is the game client that's taking up the whole screen. If you don't have dual monitors like myself, if you just set it to go ahead and capture any full screen application, you'll be okay there. If you don't want to capture cursor, go ahead and turn that off. Sometimes, it can be distracting on the screen. But once you have that, you can go ahead and click OK. So now if I were to open up Overwatch, this should take up my full screen. Some things that you may want to consider adding to are going to be overlays. So for example, tomorrow I'm going to stream the JI Case and the Union Grove game. So I go through, and if I click add source, I can go ahead and click image, add source. I'll go ahead and add a new source, and we'll just call this one JI Case, and then go ahead and go find where my file is located. So here I have the case logo. Go ahead and click done. And once it's in here, if you just go ahead and you can scale it down and place it wherever you need to on the screen. When you start streaming Overwatch, you're going to want to try to be able to have this up too, so you can kind of get the logo positioning correct, because depending on which side the home team or the away team is, you'll need to go ahead and switch those. So if I go ahead and add one more image here, and we'll just call this one Union Grove. Go into here, find my Union Grove icon, go ahead and click OK. I went ahead and tried to remake some of the logos quickly so they look a little bit better on live stream. But so that's going to go ahead and be your Union Grove logo. Some other sources that you may want, or things that I do, is I go ahead and add an overlay. So again, Overwatch is tough just because of the way that it looks. But if I was streaming League of Legends, I could go ahead and take my League of Legends overlay and place this here. Again, the way that these sources are laid, it's whatever is on top is going to be visible on top. So in this case, I might want my Case and Union Grove icons to be above this. So all I have to do is left click and drag this down. And so now I could go in and I could move my Union Grove to the away side, and then Case over here to the other side. That's pretty easy. Some more items that you can add here. If you have a video capture, so if you want to stream your team, so if you have a webcam available, so I could go ahead and do a video capture device and just go ahead and call this webcam. Go ahead and add it. You can see I'm available here. So if I wanted to, go ahead and click done. If I'm done, you can resize it, and I can place it down here if I wanted to. So that way you can continue to see me with whatever I'm doing. That's available as well. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off so I don't have to look at me. Other sources that you want. Over here on the right are some widgets that you can consider adding. If you have sponsors, or if you just want to have things kind of flash up and fade in and fade out. So like last year we had a number of sponsors for the state championship, and they just kind of faded in and faded out as we actually placed it down over here into the left. So it just kind of fades in, fades out. If you have this alert box here, so anytime that somebody makes a, say a donation, or if they follow, this is what it looks like. So in order to test it, you can do a test widget. So if I click follow, you can see I've made some custom ones here. So thanks. Or if somebody subscribes to your channel, so you can go ahead and do some of that. If somebody makes a donation, you know, there's a bunch of little things that you can do in order to kind of show some of this stuff off. It engages your audience a little bit more, and it looks kind of cool for recognition that somebody followed your channel. Just going to go ahead and delete that one real quick. Some other ones that you can do, if you want to do games or giveaways, there's a spin the wheel. If you have a goal that you want to have for a subscription goal, you can go ahead and add that. Viewer count is another popular one. If you want to set goals, so if you're trying to fundraise for your school, as far as, you know, you want to buy new peripherals or new PCs or jerseys or something like that, you could go ahead and add these. So then on the screen, it'll actually show like a fill bar that's filling up as well. Other than that, that's pretty simple. There's a lot of tinkering around in here. One other thing that you are going to need to know how to do is, once you go ahead and before you can click the go live button, you're going to have to go down here to your settings, go to stream, and from here you're going to have to figure out where you want to stream to. So we stream to Twitch. If you want to, you can pick any of these other ones. What you're going to need to do then, once you decide what platform that you want to stream to, you will need to go and get your stream key. This is in different locations on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So there are some quick tutorials out there that you can do a quick Google search, and you can actually find where those are located. Copy and paste those in, and then you're good to go. If you want to record them as well, this is something that you're going to need to tinker with on output here. If you're recording and you just want to upload it later, you can do that too. But you can go ahead and choose the destination path here. When you're streaming, something that you may want to tinker with depending on what your network is and what kind of capabilities that your PCs have, you're going to want to change the video bitrate. I put mine down to about 2500, which is about 720p, maybe a little less. So depending on the quality of video that you want to live stream, you're going to want to change this bitrate, because if you leave it too high, it's going to be a real choppy and pixelated stream that will seem really laggy. So make sure that you check that and tinker with this. This took me probably about a month and a half of tinkering with to try to figure out a good way of doing it. If you want to add hotkeys, so if once you start to get really into this, if you have transitions or replays or some of that stuff, there's a bunch of different ones that you can go ahead and add, and they have specific ones for certain games on here too that you can work with as well. So as far as everything else, that's pretty easy to do. Other than that, once you have your stream set up and you're ready to go ahead and click go live. Go ahead and then add your title. So whatever this is, so like tomorrow's going to be week 1, Varsity Overwatch, JI Case versus Union Grove. We're going to be streaming Overwatch. And then you can select tags. So depending on what, if you're trying to get more viewers and stuff, you can go ahead and pick some of these. So I know like educational, we could do competitive, we could do like charity is one. So if you're participating in the Extra Life Gaming Marathon, that's a great one to go ahead and do. Once you have all that set up, go ahead and click confirm and go live. I always check too on wherever I'm streaming, in this case Twitch. I go onto Twitch usually on my phone, so that way I can check to make sure that it's working properly. Also, so that way then too that I can tinker with the audio, see if my desktop audio is too loud or if my mic is too loud, and kind of go through some of that stuff. If you are working, speaking of audio, if you're working with dual monitors or a headset for commentating and stuff like that, you may have to tinker with some of these property settings. So open up, click on the little settings cog. So again, I run a dual monitor setup, so sometimes I have to tinker with this depending on how I have this set up. So like my game audio comes out through this one, and then I have to then set up my properties on my mic. This one's default because it just plugs in and I don't have, but if I wanted to switch it to like my webcam audio, I could do that as well. So it takes some tinkering, but honestly, that's a very quick rundown of how to use Streamlabs. There's tons of other things that you can do in here. So like if you go live, you can then get an update of who's followed you. If you're doing giveaways, you can set up giveaways really easy. So if you want, like I do random skins for League of Legends, you can do those there. If you have live auctions, again, if you want to set up a spin the wheel kind of interactive game, you can do that. There's a bunch of other different widgets. There's preset skins available through here too, that you can just go ahead and add these. If you don't have anybody to go ahead and create some custom ones for you, you can use that market that's there. Not too much in there. There's some mod tools, so if you want to add like a Discord bot and stuff like that, you can do that in there as well. Again, there's quite a bit you can do here, but this is the quick and easy thing to work with right here. So if you need help throughout any of this process, just let me know. If you have graphic design students, get them to help you with some of these overlays and stuff like that. It's a great portfolio piece. It's a great way to get them involved in your program as well. And if you want somebody to shoutcast, this is a great way for them to build confidence in their broadcasting ability as well. So again, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me and I will happily help you. This video will be uploaded and let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.